He called his people up. Come on up and want to enjoy that delight in my law. How you going to get in this kingdom? How? This is the new kingdom. He said, for as the new heavens and the new earth I will make. He made it new. Oh, this after the 3.5-year tribulation. This after the war Armageddon, if you got some understanding. When the saints and Jesus are going to fight the rest of the nation, when he kill everybody that's not with him, it's after. Now he's going to set it up. He said, these Levitical priests, we got to get some lawgivers. So we choose them. Let's go to Malachi chapter 3. The famous chapter of these false prophets who try to get y'all money. And they don't understand that this, in Malachi, is talking about the future kingdom, the future government. And I'm going to show you his future. This is the government of Jesus that most of the world do not understand. And also, it's probably some people first time even hearing about the government of Jesus. No, brother, we're going to be raptured out of here. Man, on the rapture, you going to 6 feet deep in that grave. And that's descending under the earth. You better hope you become resurrected up in the first resurrection. Stop letting them lie to you. Read this book. Read it. Look at Malachi. Let's see how Jesus set up his house of representatives. He's dealing with the Levites. He said he got to get the Levites, he got to clean them up, because they're the ones that are going to have to set the tone. They're going to handle the business of the house. Verse 1. Go ahead.
Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me.
Yes, sir.
And the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant whom ye delight in.
Yes, sir.
Behold, he shall come, says the Lord of hosts.
This messenger is talking about John the Baptist. He came and prepared the way for Jesus. Some people said the other believers, but I'm going to stick with John. Because he said, the Lord shall come in his temple. Temple, where is his temple? He told Mary. He said, look, man, you're going to sit upon the throne of David. Which Zerubbabel, the immortal, going to build the temple of God. And he's going to sit up in the temple of God, which is Jesus, which he delight in. I delight in that because I know how it's going to go down. He's going to build that temple. Not this third temple that the Pope and the Gentiles going to be in, but the temple of God.
That's right.
Which is Zerubbabel, the immortal, going to build. Where Jesus is going to sit in it. This is not talking about now. This future. Even though it's written in the Old Testament. Go ahead.
But who may abide the day of his coming?
Who's coming?
Jesus.
Who's going to abide in that day?
Amen.
Who's going to live through that day? Because a lot of pain, a lot of blood, a lot of killing will be on that day. Because people don't have no knowledge of this. Go ahead.
And who shall stand when he appeared?
Yes, sir.
For he is like a refiner's fire, and like full of soap.
Who shall stand when he appears? Who going to stand in the first resurrection? That's what he's talking about. Go ahead.
And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver.
Yes, sir.
And he shall purify the sons of Levi.
Purify who?
The sons of Levi.
Who are those? That's the Levitical priest. He got to get them in the right state of mind. These are the fleshly Levitical priests. You're going to have flesh, two Levitical priests. You're going to have some flesh, and you're going to have some that are immortal. These are the flesh and blood that are going to be in Jesus' kingdom. You're going to have flesh and blood in Jesus' kingdom. You're going to have death in Jesus' kingdom. Still going to be going on. Still going to be going on. But he said, I must purify, set up the Levitical priests. Go ahead.
And he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness.
So he got to make sure he set them up, get their mind straight, so they can offer up the right kind of offering to him. Right now, you got some people don't have knowledge of meat. They're going to put a pig on the altar. They will. They're going to put something unclean. Yeah, God, this is the best pig in here. Come on, man. Now you got to purify their mind, set them up. Go ahead.
Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old, and as in former years.
Because the government was Solomon in Jerusalem, it was reason. They knew what to offer to God. Turtle doves, goats, all those clean meats. They knew, but now you ask more people about offering something to God, they'll throw a ham on the table. Sit down and bless it. Listen what he say here. Go ahead.
And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers.
So he said, look, I'm not going to be dealing with these people. I'll be a swift witness against the sorcerers. Those are the ones that love reading their horoscopes. Those are the ones that love the zodiac signs. Those are the ones that love somebody to tell them their future. Those are the ones, sorcerers. If it ain't in the book, and if it don't come to pass, you a sorcerer. Whoever talking to you better get away from it. Let me tell you a fortune. I remember my auntie used to do that stuff, take a deck of cards and put it on the table and start telling you fortune. Just to know we dealing with the devil. Ouija boards, all that stuff. Right. Devils, if you're dealing with people like this, get away from them. He said, I'm going to deal with them swiftly. Go ahead.
And I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against false swearers, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages.
Okay, so you're going to be against the ones that oppress the ones that working them so hard they have to get made from week to week.
Gee, that's right.
This is the people that employ us. He's going to deal with them too, because they know they could have paid you more. Yeah. They could have paid you more. But they want to keep you at the bottom level of what you're doing. They don't want you to succeed. They want your mind so conditioned to work it. They don't want you thinking, because if you get a little time to think, you might find out you're Israelite. You might find out these laws. They want to keep y'all busy, especially Israel, because we the biggest, strongest, fastest, smartest people in the world. So we got to keep their mind in check. Come on, bro. He gonna deal with these people. False swear, the one that's, I put all this on God. That's big in our community. Put all this on God. I'm like, man, I just said this to a brother in the church, man, don't you say nothing like that. You bringing damnation to your soul. He said, I knew he was going to say that when I said it. He already know. Adultery, you know about people who commit adultery, they mad. He said, don't deal with them. Go ahead.
And against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, says the Lord of hosts.
I don't understand what these Israelites are doing on these street corners. They tell the white people, you can't get in. The strangers are the ones that are not Israelites. He said, I'm going to deal with you from turning aside the strangers from his right. If they come under the banner of Israel and obey the law, they got just as much right to the kingdom as you do. Exactly. They going to make it in. A lot of us make it in.
Come on, brother. Come on.
He said, not fear me, said the Lord. These are what the Levites going to do once he set them up. He's going to teach the nations. He's going to run the government, just like the House of Representatives. They got laws and statutes in the United States. The same thing that these House of Representatives is going to do, which is Levitical priests. They're going to teach people how not to offend God, because he don't change.
He don't change.
Go ahead, he going to tell you here.
Verse 6, for I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Who's he talking to? Jacob, which is the Israelites. He making sure that y'all hear this. They don't change now. I know what they said. When I died, I nailed the law to the cross. I know what they said. That's a lie. I don't change. The law's still in effect. You can read Matthew chapter 5 and 17. He said, I come not to destroy the law or the prophets.
Yes.
I came just to fulfill my part, which is down on the cross. He said, heaven and earth shall pass away before my law come back void.
That's right.
Not one jot, one tittle shall leave this law. Period. None of it. So you got to make sure your knowledge is up. Just like you know your shoe game up, your wardrobe's up. You better make sure your knowledge is up. So you can be clean in front of God. Not clean out with fresh J's, with the polo shirts and all this. Oh, ask you a question, you dumb as a doorknob, according to the scriptures. That's what he's looking for. He ain't looking at how much money you give into the church. He ain't looking at none of that. Looking at make sure you follow these laws. This is the government. He's going to use the Levitical priests. He's going to select them, and they're going to run the house. Let's look at that. Ezekiel chapter 43, verse 1. This is amazing to me, man. This is amazing to me because I said, man, I never knew this existed in the Bible till I got to teach it. No more people. I just want to know how I can be saved. Am I saved, yeah? That's all they want to know, how I can be saved. I'm going to show you how to get saved. You got to follow these laws. That's all we can do. Let's see the government of Jesus through the eyes of Ezekiel. Everybody worried about the government of the United States. We got to impeach Trump. We got to get them all out of there. That's a camouflage, man. I'm telling you. Keep worrying about that man. And the thing about it, they're gonna put another Gentile in there. Exactly. And another Gentile. Come on. They ain't gonna put an Israelite in there. And I hope you don't think Obama was an Israelite. He was an African from the seed of Ham. We know this. Let's look at the government through the eyes of Ezekiel now. Ezekiel chapter 43 and 1. This is when Jesus did it all. Had 3.5 year tribulation period. Then he came back with the saints and killed all the ones that didn't follow him. And now he coming in his house. But he's showing it through the eyes of Ezekiel. He wanted him to write. Go ahead.
Afterwards he brought me to the gate, even the gate that looketh toward the east.
Yes, sir.
And behold, the glory of the God of Israel came from the way of the east. And his voice was like a noise of many waters, and the earth shined with his glory.
Who's that coming from the east? That's Jesus. He coming from the east. He going into this house. Going into this house. Go ahead.
And it was according to the appearance of the vision which I saw, even according to the vision that I saw when I came to destroy the city. And the visions were like the vision that I saw by the river Sheba, and I fell upon my face.
So he's showing this all to Ezekiel, how Jesus is coming from the sky to this earth, going to this temple. It's so much for Ezekiel, he got on his face like, oh Lord, I can't believe you showing this to me. That'll blow my mind too, man. I was like, boy, you see him, he entrusting you to write this right. I'd be so scared to write this. I know it. To get it wrong. He giving it to him, showing him how he's going to come into his temple, the destination. Because he don't want no nation or any generation not to know how he's coming, how he's going to set the government up. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the glory of the Lord came into the house by the way of a gate, whose prospect is toward the east.
So we're going into a house, in his house. Not the one that the Gentiles are going to build. He's going into the house where Zerubbabel, the immortal, the God's going to build for him. Go ahead.
So the Spirit took me up, brought me into the inner court, and behold, the glory of the Lord filled the house.
Yes, sir. He in there.
And I heard him speaking unto me out of the house, and the man stood by me. And he said unto me, Son of man, the place of my throne, and the place of the soles of my feet, where I will dwell in the midst of the children of Israel forever, in my holy name.
What did he tell Mary her son gonna dwell? on David's throne. What did he tell Isaiah? What the government going to be? In Jerusalem. It's the same story. Why these people won't teach this to the rest of these Sunday pastors won't teach this? It's not important. It's too much reading. Believe me, you better chop it up. Go ahead.
Shall the house of Israel no more defile, neither they nor their kings by their whoredom, nor by the carcasses of their kings in their high places.
Meaning that God is not going to have nothing defiled in this house because he's in there. You're going to have immortals in the house of God, which is God just like him. But also you're going to have flesh and blood beings outside dealing with flesh and blood beings, which is the Levitical priests that are going to be flesh at the time. You got two sets now. We don't get into it. I'm going to show you a little of that, but that's a long lesson. You got immortals, which are gods, and you got flesh and blood people, which God going to set up the Levitical priests that are flesh and blood to deal with the people upon the earth for 1,000 years to take up blood sacrifice. Let's read that. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 44 in verse 1. You got to know how you run this government. And it's all over here. Verse 1, go ahead.
Then he brought me back the way of the gate of the outward sanctuary, which looketh toward the east, and it was shut.
He brought him and showed him the sanctuary. What's the sanctuary? The house that Jesus is in. He said the door was shut because everybody cannot go in the house. Flesh and blood can't get near God, period. You'll die. Go ahead.
Then said the Lord unto me, this gate shall be shut. It shall not be opened. No man shall enter in by it.
I told you, he said, no man. They're talking about flesh and blood. No man shall enter into that gate. Go ahead.
Because the Lord, the God of Israel, has entered in by it. Therefore, it shall be shut.
Shut the door. The Lord is in there. Go ahead.
It is for the prince. The prince, he shall sit in it to eat bread before the Lord. He shall enter by the way of the porch of the gate, and shall go out by the way of the same.
I don't know. I'm still studying to see who this prince is. I hear a lot of people say it's such and such somebody, but I still don't understand that part. But go ahead.
Then brought he me in the way of the north gate before the house.
Yes, sir.
And I looked, and behold, the glory of the Lord filled the house of the Lord. And I fell upon my face.
So he's showing this, he fallen upon his face because he's like, man, I can't believe he entrusted this with me. It's some powerful stuff. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto me, Son of man, mark well, behold with thine eyes.
He said, mark well, look and see what I'm telling you. Don't make no mistakes. Mark well. And also what?
And hold with thine eyes, and hear with thine ears all that I say unto thee concerning all the ordinance of the house of the Lord.
He said, listen to me. This is the ordinance, which are the laws of the government, of Jesus' government. Go ahead.
And all the laws thereof, and mark well the entering in of the house with every going forth of the sanctuary.
He said, mark well. Make sure you write this well. Look at it. Go ahead.
And thou shalt say to the rebellious, even to the house of Israel, thus says the Lord God, O ye house of Israel, let it suffice you of all your abominations.
He said, you shall say to the rebellious of the house of Israel, and we are very rebellious. We the most rebellious people on this earth when it comes to this book. He said, mark well. He said, let it suffice you of all your abomination. Meaning, get all that abomination from me, because I ain't gonna deal with it. Get your head right with this. Don't bring no abomination. I don't want to see no man dressing like no woman. I don't see a woman dressing like no man. Abomination. Tyler Perry, you won't get in there. Martin Long, Chanel, you won't get in there. All these people that dressing up saying, oh, that's funny, funny, funny. With a bomber clothes on, you won't get in there. This is how serious it is. This is what, that's just one thing. The homosexuals, you won't get in there. Search abominations. He said, get this away from me now. Go ahead.
Verse 7. In that ye have brought into my sanctuary strangers, uncircumcised in heart and uncircumcised in flesh.
Yes, sir.
To be in my sanctuary, to pollute it, even mine house. When ye offer my bread, the fat and the blood, and they have broken my covenant because of all your abominations.
He said, you have brought these strangers, which are not the house of Israel, into my house, who uncircumcised in the heart, which is the mind. You didn't teach them, Israel, how to approach me. Then he said, uncircumcised in the flesh. Every male 8 days old should be circumcised. You got to be circumcised in your private member, males. You got to teach this. Keep it going. Then he said, you have polluted my house because you brought these people in. A quick note. Understand that this is in Jesus' kingdom.
Yes, it is.
So, uncircumcised men in the flesh and the mind made it in. Because they what? They was trying. They was trying. So people got to understand that. I used to think, you can't get in there unless you be circumcised. Duh, this food, this right here, food for thought. They in there. So you got to make sure. LC brought that point to me. But go ahead. Listen to what he say here.
Verse 8. And ye have not kept the charge of mine holy things, but ye have set keepers of my charge in my sanctuary for yourselves.
Meaning you ain't kept charge of my holy things. It's holy to keep the holy days. It's holy to keep the Sabbath. You ain't told them. That's the holy thing that you ain't kept charging. Teach these people what to do. Go ahead.
Thus says the Lord God, no stranger, uncircumcised in the heart, nor uncircumcised in flesh, shall enter into my sanctuary, or any stranger that is among the children of Israel.
Ooh, can you imagine a man who's 50 years old ain't never been circumcised at that time? He got to go cut his step off? Ooh. Jesus, man, know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he said, the stranger is uncircumcised, none whatsoever shall enter into our. You got to get this stuff straight. This is what the Levitical priests do. These are the ones that send up the laws and the bylaw of the government of God. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the Levites that are gone away